Being a school teacher for 15 years, I did a ton of examinations, as we were talking about earlier. When creating a test for the student, the idea is I want to give their test. In the test, I want it to be the most important stuff that I have chosen for them to learn, things I really want them to hold on to, okay? So the question is, when it comes to your evaluation, I promise you, the things you are going to be evaluated on are simply the things that the company, the things that the manager sees as most valuable, okay? So I have an example of an evaluation here. Again, this isn't rocket science, okay? It's not rocket science as to what is important here. The evaluation is the document that you want to look at. How many of you guys have been evaluated? Okay, you've been evaluated in your job, okay? You probably didn't raise your hand on the video, but you've probably been evaluated before. Did anybody get an opportunity to look at the evaluation before you were evaluated? Okay, no? Got a couple nods, okay? They're in the workbook, by the way, all right? You just have to look at your student handbook or your employee handbook. They're all right in there. I want to encourage you guys, look at the evaluation, because in the evaluation is the answers to the test. And so what I want to do now is go out and on a daily basis, do the things well that are on the evaluation. Now remember, Gianna, okay, you're not going to be able to, oh, my evaluation is coming up on Friday. So Thursday night, I'm going to go to work and I'm going to do all the stuff really good. It doesn't work that way in the work world. It has to be consistent. It has to be something you're doing each day. You guys, as I said, being a great employee is not rocket science. It's not some secret that only a few people know. The question is, will you be willing to do the activities that make you a star employee? It's not like, oh, I didn't know. That's not the question. The question is, Michaela, will you be willing to do what you do know to do? That's what's at issue here. To be successful, you must learn to serve. Remember, this whole thing, remember we talked about, I think this was last week, it's a whole lot bigger than just I'm making a pizza. No, there's a whole lot more going on. You're learning how to follow systems. You're learning how to measure. You're learning all of these skills if you will take the time to focus, if you will take the time to observe, if you will take the time to learn. But again, before you can be a learner, you have to adopt this whole mentality of being a server. Make sense? How many of you guys had a great teacher in school? I mean, right now, you just get their head, you get their face in your brain, you're going, oh, that teacher was awesome. How many of you guys went into that teacher's class on a daily basis, even if you were kind of in a bad mood, and you were willing to listen and learn from that person? Because what had happened is you had learned, you had become willing to serve, to listen, to pay attention to that teacher. And as a result, learning took place and it made an impact. You have to have an attitude of serving before you can step into the result of learning. Serving comes before learning, okay? It's almost like we need a nice little graphic right down here. Serving comes before learning. So let's take a quick moment here. Take a quick moment. I want you to write down the qualities that you think of are important for great employees. Just any great employee. I want you to take a moment to write some things down. Again, I don't think it's rocket science. Write down 3 or 4 things that you think, again, it doesn't just have to be at your job, but just any job, any employee. And again, you guys do it on the video too, okay? Write this down in the workbook. Things that, because I want you to know it's not rocket science. Jessica, what was something you came up with?
I put hard work ethic.
Hard work ethic.
Covers everything.
Love it.
Honesty.
Honesty.
And ability to work as a team.
Hard work ethic, honesty, ability to work as a team. Wow, where did you learn this? Have you been to college? Not rocket science. Gianna,
Attendance, productivity, work quality, and communication skills.
Fantastic. Attendance, productivity, work quality, and communication skills? Is that what you said? And communication skills. Michaela, how about you?
Well, I had attendance.
Ah, she got attendance. I hate that.
And then,
Okay. Ruben, what do you got?
put honesty, productivity, teamwork, enthusiasm, and quality.
Enthusiasm, I love that. And quality. See, again, it's not rocket science to be a good employee. The question is, Reuben, will you be willing to do it? Or, I'm too tired to do it. Okay, I get it. But that gets me in this spot over here where I am not willing to serve. I want to do what I want to do. Does that make sense? If we remain in the me box, good luck. Good luck with good customer service. It's not going to happen. Okay? Good luck with being an inspiration to coworkers. It's not going to happen. Good luck being a good worker through the eyes of your manager. It's not going to happen because you're in the me box. We have to get to this place where we're willing to step out of the me box into the you box. How can I help you? What can I do for you? Whether that's my coworker, whether that is my manager, whether that is the owner of the company, what can I do for you? This just makes it so much easier, Gianna, to be a good employee. But if I don't get into this box and I stay over here, I promise you, being a good employee will turn into a long list of things that I have to do that I don't want to do. So you'll fall back on, that's not fair, I can't believe it, can't believe they expect me to do this stuff, that's stupid. I'll come over and gripe to Michaela. And Michaela, she's in the me box too. Have you ever found that people in the me box tend to find one another? You found, you know? And then people in the you box are over here going, come on. And they're going, no, you got it. You know, people in the me box tend to find one another. And they tend to talk about how hard their life is. It just happens all the time. So we've got to get out of the me box. So I completely agree with the things that you were saying here. It's not rocket science what a good employee, what a great employee is all about. How about this? Do you know your company's core values? We work at Gaetanos. If you know your company's core values, I want you to write that down. If you're watching on video, do you know your company's core values? There's probably 2, 3, 4 of them, okay? Maybe 7, probably not more than 7, shouldn't be more than 7. But do you know them? If you do, you should write them down. If you don't, then the first thing you want to put is you want to go to the last page of the notes today and in the action item, put in, go find the core values of my company. Because the core values are the answers to the test. That's what they find as their core value. It's what they find is most important in their employees. So what I want to do is go find the answers to the test. I want to hop over here into the U box and go, that's what I need to be doing. That's what I need to be focused on a consistent basis. Now, is it possible to have bad days, Reuben?
Yeah.
It's possible to have bad days. We just don't want to have bad days a lot of days. We want to have bad days some days. We want to have bad days to the point, Michaela, where people come up and go, Michaela, are you okay? Because you're usually so much bigger than this. You're usually doing all this kind of stuff, but just noticing that you've gotten smaller today. As opposed to, we probably all know people, not you, and nobody on the video, I'm sure, but we all know people that every day is a bad day for them. Every day is a poor employee day for them. And so when they come in and they are a poor employee, it's like, that's who they are. It's what they do. They get this reputation of being a poor employee. Okay? And we just want to be sure to stay out of that box. Fair enough? So, how many of you guys knew core values? Did you know 1 or 2 of them?
I knew them.
Knew them all? Thank you very much. Did you know them? Fantastic. So you know them?
A few.
Okay? Know them?
Couple.
Okay, a couple of them. Fantastic. What'd you get, Reuben?
It's the 3 R's.
Very good.
Respect, responsibility, and reliability.
There it is. These are the core values. Respect, responsibility, and relationship? Is that right? No. Reliability. Respect, reliability, responsibility. Okay? So now we have here on the next page, page 18, up at the top, I want you to write over here on the value, write the core value, and then I want you to come up with one way that even today, when you go to work, one way that today you can walk out that core value. So take a moment to do that. It's important. Because if we're not careful, we'll go, yeah, we know the core values, but we never do them. Because we're tired, because it's not fair, because they're not paying me enough to do them. But I think it's good if we can just get an idea of practically, very, very specific and practically for you. Even include somebody's name in it. I'm going to go talk to this person. I'm going to do this. When this person, because I know they do it every single day, when they do this, I'm going to do this because that is me showing respect. See, this is something now that I have the answers to the test every single day, Jessica, I'm able to walk into my company and go, okay, there's only three core values. So today, I'm going to really focus on respect today. I'm going to respect my manager. I'm going to respect my coworkers. I'm going to respect customers. I'm going to respect myself. My key word today is respect. Next day, my key word today is going to be responsibility. I'm going to be responsible with my relationships with my coworkers. I'm going to be responsible and do the things that I'm told to do by my manager. I'm going to follow through with my customers when I go to their table, with the people that I'm working for, people that come in are wanting things. I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to listen to them, and I'm going to provide for them. But man, can you imagine how hard that is if I'm still in the me box? It's hard. I think they should be serving me. That person looked at me funny. I shouldn't have to put ice cream in a cup for them. That's not fair. I shouldn't have to make their pizza. You know, somebody should be making me pizza. You know, I mean, we can get there really quick, and you guys have seen people that have been in that position before. Many times, just like in school, evaluations aren't so much a test of an employee's knowledge or skill. It's simply an evaluation of their attitude. You guys, I had that all the time, students in class. And I would talk to the parents, parent-teacher night, you know, when you'd have like 3 parents show up. And it was never really the parents that you needed to have there. But the parents would show up. And you'd talk to the parent. You go, okay, your student is a sharp student. Now, I did have some that weren't sharp. But anyway, your student is a sharp student. Your student is smart. This grade that they have right here is not indicative, and I'd have to throw that word out because I was working with parents, okay? This grade is not indicative of their intelligence. It's indicative of their attitude. Because take a look. Look at how many assignments they never turned in. You guys ever been in that place before? You didn't turn assignments in? You know? What's my grade? What's the deal? I did good on the test. It's like, yeah, but you didn't turn anything in. That's all attitude. That's all character. You just got to turn this stuff in. It happened over and over and over that the grade in the class was just indicative of their attitude, the way they are approaching the material. And man, it's hard to do something when somebody has a bad attitude, right? It's hard to do it. It's hard to improve somebody's bad attitude because it's got to come from within them. I remember myself as a little kid. I was a young, immature leader in grade school, all right? I had a rather inflated opinion of myself, okay? You can imagine that. And so if I took something to school that was mine, I wouldn't let anybody play with it. You know, it's mine. It's my stuff. Can't have any of my stuff. You know, it's mine, type of thing. I remember getting an evaluation. It remains to this day. I'm 52 years old. It's still on my record in the family, okay? Family still makes fun of me. I get on my report card, Clay does not work well with others. Clay does not seem to want to learn. You know? I said, And I didn't at all. Why? I was in the me box. Now again, I think I was like 8, 9, or 10. So good luck getting to the U box into 8, 9, or 10. But even I'm thinking it's going to be really tough to get in this place when I'm 17, 18, and 19. 21, 22, 23. But the idea is that as I get into my 20s, I'm able to get over here more and more and more. Or else, 20s are going to be pretty difficult for you. An evaluation is simply a measuring tool to know where you are and how you are growing. I want to tap into this idea again with evaluations being an event, okay? In the workplace, evaluations are ongoing. And so what I do, I adopt a technique that Jack Welch uses. Jack Welch was a gentleman that took his company, GE. He expanded the revenues 4,000% while he was there. I mean, that's good, okay? Just in business world, that's pretty good. It's huge, his management style. He now does management across the world, trains other people in management and everything. But he used this evaluation tool on a daily basis that he called the 4 E's. And I want to talk about these today because it very possibly is something that you are familiar with. Have you guys heard of the 4 E's at Gaetanos? Okay? Because I know it's a part of your culture. These are the 4 E's. And the first one is energy. And so this idea, obviously, is how much personal energy do you bring to work every day? Do you come to work and, just kind of shut down and dragging in? Or do you come into work with your head up, your chin up, your shoulders up? You've got energy. How much energy, as it says here, how much personal energy an employee puts into their work? Again, that's not rocket science, is it? Do you think it's too much for an employer to look at one of their employees, Reuben, and say, we really need you to have some energy here? You think it's too much? You think that's unfair? You'd be surprised at 8 out of 10 workers that think that's unfair. Why do they think it's unfair? Because they're disengaged, because they're in the me box. I want to do what I want to do, and I want you to give me money for it. It just doesn't work that way. Okay? So the first one is energy. Daily. Bringing energy to the work. Now the next one is a little bit different. We were talking about this earlier. Number 2 is energize. And this is your ability to transfer your energy to other humans. Being able to not just be energized yourself, but inspire and energize other people around you. Have you guys ever tried to energize other people? Have you ever tried that? Can you think of a time where it worked really well?
Last Thursday.
Last Thursday. Fantastic. What did you do to make it work?
I was training somebody, so I was just keeping his head above the water.
Cool. Did they get energized by that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, Gianna, you're doing a lot of smiling over here. You've got some connection to this. Can you remember a time where you have been able to take your energy and energize somebody else?
Yeah, back when I was a cheerleader.
There it is. It's a cheerleader. Oh, yes. All right. And you know how hard it is, too, to energize folks when you're sitting there, everybody up on your feet, I'm sorry, I just went to cheerleader mode. Both my sisters were cheerleaders, so I grew up in a lot of cheering in the living room going on. But yeah, it can be hard to energize folks. But are you able to do that through your work ethic, through your attitude, through your honesty, through your production? Are you able to energize other people? Number 3 here is your execution. Execution is the get her done attitude. Are you that person? Get her done. Will you do what you're being told to do? And then finally, number 4 is your edge. And this is being able to push through. Difficult things that are going on. I didn't sleep well last night, so I can't be expected to work hard today. I did poorly on I just had an event that happened in my life, and so I can't be expected to really put forth a lot of effort for the next month. But I'd like for you to continue pouring forth that effort on the paycheck type of thing, Do you have edge? Can you press through? Man, I'm really frustrated today. But can you still get the job done? Can you still bring the energy and energize and do your execution? Does that make sense? And again, guys, each of these are daily activities, daily being evaluated. And the way that Jack Welch uses these is when he is with his workers, when he's walking out on the floor or wherever it is, he just grades people on an A+, A-, B+ scale, just like we did in school. Man, great job today, Reuben. Fantastic. I'm giving you an A on your energy. Love seeing that. And just walk on. I'm not slowing things down. I'm not pulling you into the office. I'm just going to do it as we go. Michaela, man, now usually you're up at like an A in this area of execution. But I've noticed over the past couple times when you've come in, I'm thinking more you're like at a B or something like, is everything okay? Yes, everything's fine. Okay, well, do you want to be an A? Yeah, I want to be an A. Okay, well, let's step it up. All right, here we go, and I'm moving on. So you get that evaluation on an ongoing, it's immediate feedback that we're getting. Now, when the evaluation comes up, you already know how you're doing. You already know where you are. It's always frustrating. And again, it happens often, okay? To do an evaluation with someone and it's a negative evaluation and they go, what? I didn't know this. It's like, okay, are you just blind to everything that's going on? But again, we can do that because we've spent most of our time in the me box. Is that fair enough? So these again are called the 4 E's.